Garden Light Part 2. So we completed our standard, we saved that work, and we create a new drawing, new part. It's gonna be, it's got kind of plate, I'm not sure what it's gonna be called yet, but we'll work that. So we are on the page 28, number 70. Uh-oh, they actually have a drawing for this. Ah. Okay, so we're opening the drawing we created previously, which I called the base plate. Browse open, page. Right, we're playing. Anyway, okay, so once we have this open, we're going to save it as a separate part. This one's going to be, they call it the flange top, so we can do that too. Save it, you'll see that it is a flange top now, and we're going to edit this from the original base plate we designed. Basically what they want us to do click on the surface, and they want us to change, what is it? They want us to change the diameter from 170 to 22. So we're changing this from 170 to 22. It's not even letting me do that. Make sure you hit that rebuild, otherwise it's not going to change it. They want that 22, and they want to change the outer one to 90. So again, click on the surface. This one's 280. We change it to 90, and you hit the yes, that's fine. Errors, yes. That is going to be errors because the extrude cut and the circle pattern, those are no longer are part of the part. So that's why there's an error. And they want us to they want us to edit it. Great. Ah, man. They make this so much difficult. And we're changing that to 30. So we're going to go to the sketch of the extrude cut. We're going to edit the sketch from 120. We are going to 30. And we accept. Now there is no error. It's fully defined. And it looks nice. And it looks like we're set to finish up this. What else changed is the diameter of the holes. So the whole thing changed pretty much. We go back to our sketch and we edit it to 6.5 from 8. And that updates all the holes because we use the circle pattern. And now we just want us to save this, so we click save, and we can create a new assembly. Okay, and we save. And we exit out. This one is just a drawing, so we close that out. And we're opening up the flange bottom. This is how I do it. I mean, they want us to do it differently. Well, I call it base plate. And I'm gonna make this into assembly part. That's how. And then I just click the check mark. Make sure you hit the check mark. Do not click on the screen. Otherwise, it's somewhere in space. It's free floating, and that doesn't help if you wanna make things to the actual assembly planes. So hit the check mark, and you should have that part basically the same planes as the part itself, which makes life easier. From there, it even says it. Step 86. Cool. Next step is we are inserting one of these components called the base. So we go to insert components, we browse, we are placing the base, which is this part right here. And we're just placing it anywhere on the screen, somewhere close to the actual part. If it's overlapping, that's fine. Don't worry about it. We're going to put mates in it. We will mate front to front, and also some other ones. Let's do the front to front first. So mate, we use the front plane of the assembly and the front plane of the actual part. We accept. What else does it want us to do? It wants us to do right plane and right plane. So right plane, also accept. And finally, it doesn't repeat 90 degrees. Are we missing something? Well, actually, we're missing one. We should have something that has this to the top so that it is not in space flying around. It's fully defined. They want us to do the same exact thing on the other side. That is a lot of steps, and I am not going to do that. I'm going to take the shortcut, and I'm just going to mirror the part. So I go from linear patterns, mirror components. I use the front. I select the object, mirror it over. Done. I don't feel like going through that whole setup that they were requesting us to do. Saves me a lot of time. So I just skipped all of, yeah, a lot of steps. Okay, we are on step 94. Oh, they want us to do a multiple mate mod. We kind of skipped over that, didn't we? Alright, don't worry about that. Rotate the model and zoom in. Edge. Actually, technically we skipped all those steps. So, alright, so once we have that, we can go insert our next part, which is the standard. Place that there. And we're gonna insert another standard, but this time, wait, what am I missing here? It wants us to do a different configuration of this. So, to go to, where am I? Okay, there we go. Standard. I didn't save it? Oh. Alright, so basically go to insert components, you browse, find that standard, the configurations right here, that's where you change it to cable. Yeah, once you insert it and change it, yeah, you can do it. I want to follow their instructions. So that's how they wanted to do it. And you can place it. You can see that one's the hole. The other option would be, we'll delete that, insert the standard, select, and edit the configuration. Where am I missing that? Dang. Yeah, bro. Oh. Yeah. Or there we go. And you could change it that way also. Apply. Well, I had it right the first time. Why did I change it? My God. Okay, because I already had it set default standard at socket. That's the problem. Alright, we have both. Just make sure you have both of them. Any way you do it is fine. And we are on step 100. Yay. Alright, so we're adding the same kind of mates that we did for the previous part. So again, mates, if you have these sketches and you don't like them, that's kind of annoying, you can go to view and hide sketches. Make it nice and clean. Again, so this time I'm going to go with the first part, which is this is off. Oh, there's a standard. Oh, I think I added too many parts in here. Yeah, I don't know where I put that one from. Okay, so we are inserting, and not inserting, we're creating mates. Mate. And we're going to mate the first part, which is the standard. So So we're going to hit that plus button. We're going to use the front to the front. Accept. Then we're also doing right to right. Accept. And finally we need to place the bottom of it on the top of this. No? Is that, where am I going wrong here? Oh, it's the other way around. When you do the mates, make sure to pick the part that's not moving first. Oh, it's the other way around, isn't it? First moving part. So because of this, there is a taper there. I mean, kind of. It's difficult to explain. It's a loft, so it has an issue with that. So what you need to do with the mate is you take the top plane of this part and mate it to this sheet metal here, and then accept. You do all that same things with this one, except you may have to reverse. Do you want this to reverse it? That hole faces the other way, right? Yeah, it does. So this is actually reversed. If you want, you can rotate it around using the move component, rotate component, to get yourself to about where you expect it to be placed as. So that's what it's going to look like. So now you can do the mates for the second part, which is the standard with the second cable configuration. And we also take, we can do the right plane, that does not change. We do the front and the front, accept that, and then finally we select the top and the surface here, like so, and that gives us that cone shape design. Then we finally add the flange top. So we go to insert, we go to our flange top, and we're going to insert that, and we're going to put the mates also. It's going to be right, and front. So right plane, top, oh, not top. I want front, and finally mate these together. Again, this is a loft, so it's not going to do that. So what you can do instead, pick an edge. It'll work. It's a quick trick. And it gives you that part. Alright, save the assembly. I think they have a specified name for that. Yeah, it does. There's a standard complete. Standard complete. I have no idea why they called it that, but that's fine. Standard complete. And we can close it out. That didn't change. Okay, this part is no longer needed. Actually, we're opening the flange top. So this one's gonna be, I'm gonna exit this one out. File, open, flange top. That's the one with the circle. This is actually the smaller one. And we're gonna save it as something different. We go File, Save As, and we're calling it the shade bottom. My God, these names are horrible. Save As, shade bottom. We're doing that because we're going to modify this part to be completely different. So make sure once you save it that you are at the same part. It's called shade bottom. And we're moving up to step 108. Here we're going to edit the extrude sketch. So we're going to edit that extrude sketch. And what they want us to do is we go normal 2, and we're going to delete the circle. So we go normal 2, and we're deleting the outer circle. It's going to error up this thing. You just say yes. Are you sure you want to delete it? Yeah, because you lose the dimension. For instance, if we had dimensions removed and then we deleted it, that error would not come up. Magic. So if you don't like seeing errors, you can do it that way. That's a lot of work. Okay, so we're going to do a polygon instead. we go into our polygon tool over here, or command, if you want to call it that, and we have the specifications of 6 edges. It's going to be inscribed, which is the default, and we are placing it at the origin. And finally, we're actually going to be horizontally with the origin on the x-axis, and we're placing it like so. Once you place it, we're going to have to dimension this out. So we go into smart dimensioning, that construction circle, that's what we're going to dimension. We're going to change it from whatever it is to 120. And we're going to click the end sketch. This error will show up. Continue without the error. Don't worry about it. Close, because the circle pattern no longer has the axis. We lost it once we destroyed that circle, so it's having that error. So we're going to resolve this in just a bit. And actually, step 115 tells you why that error is there. So we go back into the extrude cut sketch, and it wants us to change the distance, I believe. No, actually, no, it doesn't. What does it want us to do? Ah, that's what's the problem. Oh yeah, edit sketch plane. My bad. Thank you. So what we need to do, not edit sketch. What we need to go to the sketch. We edit the sketch plane, which is the second one right next to edit sketch, and that's what's missing. Sometimes if you can't figure out what's wrong with it, the icon shows it, or you can right click on it, say what's wrong, and it usually tells you, hey, it could not find a face or plane. That's a very important tool. If you don't know why there's an error, right click on it, what's wrong, and it usually gives you the answer right in there, so you know exactly what to do. Pick that plane. Yeah, we still have an error for the circle pattern. That's because the axis no longer exists, the original one. So we need to edit that too. It's going to tell you that the axis is missing. So we got to create that. We still have view temporary axis active, so we select the axis and we accept. Problem resolved. And actually, that concludes that part. So we save it. They want it, so click save and exit out. We are now on step. They want us to draw the part in. Okay, so now they want us to open up shade part. So open part. We are opening the shade, and we're going to start working on this. So we opened up shade. Now we're going to modify it. They want us pretty much to reverse from top to bottom the sizing. So we're going to go to our top model sketch, and we're changing it from 20 to 90. So loft, we hit the plus sign. We go with the second sketch, which is my top sketch. From what we have at 20, we change it to 90. And we're going to do the same thing. Okay, so that's 90. And then we're going to change the bottom from 65 to 60. So we go to the first one from 65 to 60. Accept that, and you can see it's kind of reversed. And the next thing we need to change is the overall height. So to do that, we actually need to change the plane location. Is that right? Yeah. So our plane 1, we need to edit that feature, and the distance is not going to be 740, it's going to be 200 now. Accept. So you have this part like that. Once you have that, we go into starting a sketch. I'm going to start a sketch on the right surface, and we're going to do some We're going to offset entities. Yeah, okay. So we start with a sketch. We're going on this face here. You can go normal too if you like. And we're going to go to offset entities. And it wants us to distance of 15. And click on the and once it's go inside, so you can either hit reverse or you just click on the screen again, and it's going to do it reversely. And click OK. We'll just do that. We're still in the sketch though. We're going to add radiuses to the edges, so you use the fillet. You can do this before you do the cut or after you're doing the cut. It's up to you. They want us to do it before, so I'm going to do it that way. 5. And we're going to fillet the corners, all 4 of them. And we accept that. Finally, we click OK, and it wants us to extrude cut through all. So we go features. We'll actually hit the check mark first. Features, extrude cut through all. Now here's the trick. They want us to do this over again, all 3 sides. That's more work than I'm willing to do. So instead of doing that, I might decide to, actually might be tricky to do that, I might array it or pattern it. But I'm going to use the circular pattern, which might be difficult. We can try this out. Features will be the cut, and the rotation, it's not going to let me do that. So I would actually have to create a sketch that would give me, I'm going to actually create a 3D sketch. Construction line that is vertical on the y-axis. Then I can go back into doing the actual circular pattern. So that's my axis. The features that I want to pattern is the cut. Look at that. And I just actually need 3 of them. Or actually I can do 6. I just keep them all. Uh-oh. What happened here? That is weird. Yeah, I should have not done that. Alright, I'm going to change this to, let's go fix this 180, and I'm going to create 3 of these. Oh, not 180. I'm going to look at 30, 60. I am so not doing good today. What am I looking at? 120? That's, thank you. There we go. I don't know why that error showed up, but okay, so I did that, but again, that saved me way a lot of time. I mean, drawing the sketch, offsetting it, fillets every time, that's too much work. Question? Yeah. You just pause it. Okay, so that's complete. You say click save, and we open up the shade bottom, and we're going to create an assembly. So we go to File, Make Assembly from Part. We hit the check mark, and we start inserting those shades, or that one shade. I'm just going to insert one and just mirror it over. I don't feel like adding all those mates that I don't need. Again, with the mates, we do top, front, right, and you can do actually top and not top, because you need top of this. Right? Or is it even? Why is it smaller? Okay, so what I'm going to do is I am mating the edge here to the bottom, and that's it. That looks nice. That's how they're going to weld it. Going to hide the weld. It's going to look nice. Technically, this is probably not the best way of manufacturing this, but that's what we're going to do. And then to place the other side, what I'm going to do is I'm going to mirror it. I'm not going to insert a new part because that's a lot of work. Oh, actually, they want us to do something completely different. So what we're going to do next is just mirror this over. Using the front plane, this part, mirror it, done. Not putting in another part and mating all that, that's too much work.
It's kind of different.
Is it?
Yeah.
Why?
For that.
Huh.
All of those shades on top of that next to
I don't think it's going to overlap if I did that way.
Should we change your dimension on the bottom? 60.
It could. Ah! Let me pause.